Let's get to our next guest, Daniel Turner, founder and executive director of Power the Future. Daniel, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, great to be with you this morning. Thanks for having me.
All we care right now about is Iran. Is
Mhm.
Iran? I want to get your take. Already, the Democrats. This is interesting, Daniel. They're whining now about oil's going to $90 a barrel. Yet when oil was cheap and gas was under $2, they wouldn't even acknowledge it. What the hell is wrong with these people?
Yeah, exactly. Any opportunity to just foment discord in our politics, they will never side with the president, no matter how right or how often he is right. When it comes to oil, President Trump has realized that this is the greatest hedge on international stage. And a lot of people have said, how do you justify what happened in Venezuela? How do you justify what's happening in Iran and this whole "Make America Great Again" or "America First" philosophy? And I think it's really simple. I think for too many years, we've allowed the bad guys to control world oil markets, and they make themselves very, very rich and very powerful, and they create chaos and hell throughout the world. And then the international community says, hey, America, you need to help. Look at what happened during the Obama years and then in the Biden years with Russian oil. You remember, go back to President Trump when he told the European leaders in 2017, you have to stop buying Russian oil and gas. You're making a bad guy rich and powerful. They laughed at him. And then as soon as he was out of office, Putin invaded Ukraine. And what did the world do? They pointed to America and said, you guys have to now fix this. So President Trump is saying, how about we start controlling the oil now so that we don't have to do cleanup when you guys create chaos? And that's a much better philosophy for world peace and stability.
So you really think a big part of this thing is about controlling the world's oil reserves, Daniel?
Absolutely. Control the oil, control the world. And if you believe America is the ultimate force for good, then we will control and set that temperature for good. And when you look at some of the world's worst actors, they are unfortunately oil-rich nations: Venezuela, Iran, Russia. Well, two out of those three are now in a different geopolitical reality. And just yesterday, Vladimir Putin was hinting at how he's willing to have a re-upped negotiations on Ukraine peace because he realizes America's resolve is pretty darn serious. So, yeah, I say let's control the world's oil supply now in advance, set the stage for good, and prevent bad guys from becoming rich and powerful.
What do you think will ultimately happen in Iran, Daniel?
I wouldn't be surprised if the next couple of weeks are pretty much what we're seeing right now. There's a power vacuum. It's going to take a little while to settle things down. But if you look at, one of your earlier guests was saying, if you look at Iran pre-revolution, it was a thriving, robust, fairly Western country. Remember, these folks aren't Arab; they're Persian. They're not really even Muslim in that sense. It has been overtaken by a theocracy. There are enough Iranians still alive worldwide who want to go back to the pre revolution, the Shah days, when they were educated, when they were free, when they were prosperous. And oil will be used to catapult their country back into economic stability and prosperity, just like it was in Venezuela pre Hugo Chavez, when Venezuela was the wealthiest country in South America. So oil can be a force for good if the right actors have their hands on it.
I kind of agree with that. You hate to look at about controlling oil, but right now, the oil situation is really choking the Chinese economy. It's only going to get
Yeah.
worse for them. That's one thing. It's also the end of Cuba. I don't know, is it
Mhm.
days or weeks or months? But how does that communist regime survive? They have no money, no
Yeah.
oil, people are starving, no water, no food, everything is being cut off from them. Eventually it's got to collapse.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a page right out of Ronald Reagan's playbook. Remember, he won the Cold War through economic tactics, right? And yeah, there were some skirmishes here and there, and we remember the attack on Beirut when we lost 250 Marines back in 1983. But Reagan's philosophy was we can out economize, we can outproduce, we can out finance the communists, and they will eventually collapse. And that's what happened. And we can do the exact same thing with these bad actors as well.
Daniel Turner, I'm going to give you the final word. I want Paxton to win in Texas. I don't care if it's a 50-50 chance that he beats Crockett. I don't care. I'd rather take the shot with Paxton than just reelect another do nothing Republican in the Senate that doesn't vote to get rid of the filibuster, who doesn't do anything.
I think the Trump base is not the traditional conservative Republican establishment base, and there is, as John was saying, there is a general frustration with the fact that some of the reddest states have some of the weakest elected officials, and there's a lot on the line right now, not just because of what happened on Saturday in Iran, not just because of Venezuela, but the whole kit and caboodle of inflation, of our $38 trillion debt, of our rampant illegal immigration problem. There's a lot on the line, and if you're not decisively working to help this president achieve what got him elected, then maybe it's time for you to find another job.
Don't let the door kick you in the ass on the way out. Here's your hat. What's your hurry? Take a long walk off a short pier, just to name a couple. Daniel, people want to follow you. Where do they go?
You can check us out at powerthefuture.com or find me on X, Daniel Turner PTF. And great to be with you this morning. Thanks.
Dr. Peter McCullough next. Stay with us.